Welcome back, everybody. This is She and I. I am your host, B Love. And like always, I have my very special host with me,
India Marie.
India Marie. And B Love, the husband and wife duo you didn't know you need, but you got us, and we are here to stay. This is the best thing to happen on Tuesday. Well, damn it, since Monday, I never forget it again. Never forget it again.
I'm like looking crazy because I hate that,
Yeah, it's
like
weird.
the reflection
It's
in my
weird.
glasses. But
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about something else.
no, it's like a bad reflection from the light in my eyes.
I can
But I
tell you
can't
what.
take my glasses off because I kind of need them right now.
It's funny, like you're trying to figure out which way the camera is. When we first started recording about 2 weeks ago, I'm sorry we missed last week. We'll explain in a minute. When we first started recording about 2 weeks ago, I couldn't figure out like which way was right, which way was left, because it's like a mirror image, and every time I would go right, the camera would go left. It was stupid, man. Anyway, if you are already listening to us on YouTube and watching it, hey, welcome, man. We appreciate y'all. Subscribe and tell a friend that, hey, man, She and I podcast is on YouTube too, and you can look at them. But if you listen on a regular basis, then thank y'all, man, for listening each and every week. Guess what? We didn't forget. We are late, however. So I decided to extend the Hulu giveaway for at least 1 week. Give it up one time.
Wait, when did we say we would have? It was supposed to be
It
up
was
last
supposed to
week.
be up last Wednesday, but it's up right now. So if you
I
are listening to this, it's up and it's up and it's up and it's up, like the song. Stop.
I feel like this year
I've been
is
late on
like
everything. Man. I
literally,
feel
but
bad.
it just feels like we're running out of time. Like for whatever reason, the days are just like speeding past.
I
Does it
feel
not feel like
bad.
that? It's literally we were just celebrating my birthday. It's March.
Damn, you're right. It is March.
Like it's March.
I'm just saying. I'm happy though. Listen, I'm happy to still be alive. So shit. I'm happy that we out here living and thriving, scratching and surviving. Good times. Ain't we lucky we got them?
Dum, dum,
Thank
dum,
you. I was
dum,
about to
dum,
say, come on,
dum.
bro. You gotta join in. You gotta join in. What are you doing right now?
I
India.
wasn't gonna join in,
You
but
couldn't help
I
it.
could
It's
tell
in
that
your
you were.
spirit.
It was.
And if you didn't join in, I was going to divorce you anyway. You got to start participating, man. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, thank y'all for listening to last week's episode of the podcast, too. If you didn't check it out, we talked all about me and my trials and tribulations about decision making. It's been a thing, but I'm back now. I feel good. My voice is back. My spirit is back. I'm back. Just like that. Big trust.
Whoa! What was that?
I
What was
don't know.
that? What did you just
I
do?
don't know. It felt right though. Big trust. I'm back. Find me outside. India, how was your week and what are you looking forward to this week? Come on, man. I'm back.
My week was good. Again,
Mm-hmm.
it just feel like it kind of flew by. I think I'm making an announcement this week.
Are you pregnant?
Boy, please.
Hell no, gonna be love ain't shooting up no, ain't shooting up no clubs. So I just had to put that out there. Somebody did ask me that about last week's episode. I saw the title and I thought you guys were pregnant. I said, first of all, it wouldn't be you guys pregnant. It would be India pregnant, but I'll be supporting her pregnancy. You know what I mean?
That ain't how it go. Usually people say, "Oh, we're
Yeah, they do.
pregnant."
I know, I'm just talking shit. But no, we ain't pregnant, man.
What's the title of the episode?
I forgot now, just that fast. Major life decision.
That doesn't give me pregnancy vibes at all.
Gives me kind of like, hey, we got to make a decision if we gonna have a baby or not right now, because you could
But
be
that's
going
not a
through some
pregnancy
complications.
announcement.
You get what I understood. This. She's always so like, we talk about this when we argue. So when Indy and I argue, I'm gonna bring y'all into our household, which you are already here. I'm gonna bring you a little closer to our household. When we argue, I'll bring up a point, and then I'll say something. I'll throw out an analogy that we may have gone through earlier on, and as soon as I say it, India take the 1 point, like right now.
Because I like to focus on the details.
Like I'll say, hey man, your
You like to
glasses are
do
gold.
you like to give a high level. They're not gold. They're rose gold.
See what I'm saying? I knew you were going to hit. And she'll focus on me saying her glasses were gold the rest of the argument and forget what the main purpose of the argument is. That's what she does. But
I'm a
anyway,
details kind of girl.
anyway,
I don't know what you want me to say.
I want you to have some more spirit. I want you to be like, you know what? It ain't even about rose gold and gold. The argument or the discussion is about glasses. But you will take the part when I said gold and you will just stick on it like glue. I feel like all ladies do that too.
But
We
I
can't
feel
even make it
like
through an
I
argument.
feel like you should do a better job of saying what you mean and meaning what you say.
I might have to do a better job of articulating myself, but when I'm talking and I try to give an analogy to explain whatever it is that we're arguing about or going through, you'll find that one little bitty detail. Hey man, the water was warm, and you like, no, when it was lukewarm. I'm like, but listen, the what we're talking about right now is water. Lukewarm, warm, does it matter? But
I
anyway,
like the details.
I digress. The episode title was a major life decision, and somebody asked, "Were we thinking about having a baby?" She's thinking about having a baby. I'm thinking about living life with India and Blake. Solo.
We're thinking about
I ain't thinking about
having a
a damn thing.
baby.
I'm not thinking about nothing. But did you say what you were looking
Well,
for?
what you want to break up or what?
Oh,
Because I already told you what
it's
we was
always an
planning on
option.
doing.
And you ain't, but you can't make that decision out on your own. You need my spermulation.
But you also knew from the jump.
Penetration.
No, that was our compromise. When we first started dating, we talked about kids. I said I wanted 3. You said you wanted 1. We agreed to meet in the middle at 2. So what do we have nothing to discuss. You owe me another baby, bro.
Whoa. Giving out babies like giving out government cheese out here, man. I don't owe you shit. We'll think about having another baby, man. You know, when the time comes, we'll know. Calling on my ladies. But anyway, thank y'all for tuning in, man. It's been real, man. We definitely appreciate you guys. And we'll let y'all know too whenever we do decide if we're gonna pursue having another baby or not. So no worries right now. She's not pregnant. It was not the major life decision. It was all about me and my indecisiveness. And I didn't know so many other people were going through that too. So I'm happy, man, to lend some light on my situation, to hope have given somebody else a little bit of light on their situation as well. You know, that's all I want to do. Spread some light. Now, let's get right on into it. Because I got something to ask you, I want to jump right into this episode and kick it off right. Go ahead.
You can do exactly what I told you not to do.
That's what I do, man. I just break it off like this right here.
During the week, we got deep. Chill. Let's talk on the podcast.
Goodness gracious alive. Now, listen, I had a conversation with India on Friday, and I said, man, I talked to the homegirl Myra. And if you don't know who Myra is right now, I suggest you take a step back a few episodes and find out who Myra is. But she's a great person. I said, India, the homegirl told me that she gave me homework to do. Every session when we get done with the therapy, well, not I just told you who she was. Every time we get done with therapy, Myra's always like, all right, so what is your homework for this week? And I'm like, damn, Myra, I got homework? It's crazy to me in a real way. But anyway, the homework, I think the first time my homework was being more compassionate. Now, I tell y'all the truth. Compassion is something that I struggled with, and I still do. And it's not so much of compassion as like being mean. It's about giving India space where she can be vulnerable, right? Like, I don't think I lend her enough room so she can just come to me and tell me the things she wants to, like things she needs. How you feel about that?
That's right.
You got to say something.
No, because I was going to say, honestly, for really last year, I didn't tell you much of anything that was going on with me.
I ain't tell you nothing either. But that's cool, though. Like,
that's not cool. That's not marriage. That's not cool.
I'm saying it's cool that you didn't tell me because now I understand why. That's what I was about to get to. You be jumping in like hopscotch. It's cool you didn't tell me because now I understand why. It was about me. I'm trying to be more compassionate. So I was like, damn, I don't even know really at that time. I was like, I don't even understand what compassion is. Like, I don't understand how to lend it out and give it to you. So me and Myra, we talked about it. She broke it down and I've been working on it. But now she said, all right, we working on compassion. She said, Bear, she called me my real name. She said, I feel like Yeah, I can give you more than one thing to work on. I'm like, well, shit, lay it on me, Myra. And then she hit me with the, hey, what else do you think you need to work on? And I told her straight up, I'm perfect. But I was joking. Then she said, no, seriously. First of all, me and Myra, we getting cool. So in a minute, I'm gonna have her like JP when we talking about Burger King. But she said, but seriously, what do you need to work on? I'm like, shit, I don't even really know. But I thought long and I thought hard. I said, what would India like? But I'm going to therapy to better myself. So I'm like, damn, what would India like that would also translate over in my life as well? And I said, well, shit, Myra, I need to work on affection. And I said, listen, I ain't talking about penetration. I'm talking about just affection in general. Because you know, when you tell a guy affection, automatically go to an erection.
Why are you talking so hard?
I'm just putting
Talk
it out there.
normal. You talking about affection and you talking so hard with
Let
your
me get
voice.
done. Let me get done. So when she told me that, when I told her, she was impressed. She was like, so you want to work on affection. So tell me, break it down. Like, tell me why. So I went through the motions. But at the end of the call, she was like, your homework is to go up to your wife and say, hey, India, what does affection look like to you? So that is India. I want you to tell me in front of all of our listeners and supporters right now, what does affection look like to you and how can I become a better affectionator?
I told you I wasn't doing this. I told you needed to ask me the question before we got on the podcast. So I'm not answering the question right now because that's a me and you question first.
I know, but you could tell me, don't say you, right? In general, what do you think affection looks like in a larger scope? Because when she asked me straight up, I didn't know. I was like, man, really growing up, I never saw my parents, like be affectionate. I ain't see him grab no booty. And I did tell Myra, I said, listen, when India walks past, I like to look at that ass. I might grab a butt cheek and see if she a freak. But she said, that's exactly what she did. She put her head down. She said, you can't do that. And I'm like, why not? She's like, because India may require more than what you're giving her. And I said, well, I don't know what she requires. She said, you need to ask. Because just because I think that's, grabbing a rump, like that, look,
I
she
don't. Like,
grabbing
first of
a
all,
rump.
I'm annoyed because you did something that I specifically asked you not to do.
I know, but it is what it is.
No, it's not. It is what it is.
So, in general, then, don't just tell me about you. We'll talk about it off the air, and then I'll tell y'all what she told me later. What does affection look like to you?
I mean, we've talked about this before on
We
the
have?
podcast. Yes, like
I don't even remember.
affection as
159
far as
episodes deep.
going. First of all, affection and intimacy is different. So, what did you ask her? You said you asked her specifically about affection.
Yeah.
So wait a minute, because affection.
See, and that's why she told me to ask her. She said she might not know what affection is either, and you guys may have to figure it out together.
Maybe I don't, because when I was gonna, because when I thought about affection, I started thinking about like hugging, kissing, talking more. I was
saying, yeah,
but that still translates to intimacy. So is intimacy and affection like in the same category? Is it kind of the same thing?
I think all of it's in the same category, but is affection a conduit to intimacy? Like, right? You start with affection and then you get to intimacy. I mean, all of it may build up to one thing.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
So, right. So, in the midst of all of that, affection, is it coming up to you, just giving you a little rub?
Yeah,
is it giving you a little
I've asked
hug?
you for all of these things before, and
cuddle?
you just act like you don't, like you act confused every time. Like when I was like there, I would like, I really like my back hurts really bad. Like I would really like for you.
I ain't no
to give me a exactly. So you ask me what I want, you're not even willing to give me what I'm asking you for.
I be trying, like in my head, I really want to try, but let's not make this all about me right now, because sometimes when I try to give you a hug, what do? Be honest with me.
Because you want to hug me after I'm mad at you. I don't want hugs when I'm mad.
No. Sometimes you want to hug and you do this. I think it shocks you at first, but you jump back like, oh.
It does. Because you don't do it.
All right, but I'm trying to tell you. See, that's the thing, right?
But no. Because 85% of the time when you do that, it's after I'm already mad at you. So you're not finna be acting like you just be walking up trying to hug me all the time. You don't.
But now I'm trying to figure it out, right? But now, come on, all right. So we stumbled up on something. We finna cook now. Now, is the reason why I don't hug you is it because is it due to energy? Couldn't even get it out. Is it due to energy that you could be putting out?
I don't know, but sometimes the hug can change the energy. We realized last week that my energy that I was putting off that had absolutely nothing to do with you.
What you mean? Last week was about me.
No, it wasn't.
We talked about me trying to find a job.
No, we didn't talk about this on the podcast. You and I had an issue last week. We were talking about something. It wasn't even an issue. When I started crying.
Oh, yeah.
What I was going
I didn't make her cry either.
Nothing to do with you.
Wasn't me.
Yeah. So you always thinking about like you're putting off this energy because of me, and a lot of times it has nothing to do with you. But no, you like, wait, she ain't walking around happy, so I'm just not gonna talk to her. I don't want to hug her because she got an attitude. Instead of just asking, like, hey, what's going on? Like, you seem off.
All right, you're right. If I approach it like that, however, tell me what you would like from me then. Because if I approach it like you just said, like, man, I see you with an attitude. I see you walking around with the skull with a frown on, just looking mad, like you smell something in the air, like somebody is farted or something. If I see you walking around like that, that's not making me feel like I can come into your space. So how will I know that I'm able to cross that barrier, cross that threshold? I need to know.
Stuff, it has nothing to do with you. Like, why you keep making my issues a you issue and it's not.
Right.
So again, you feeling like I have to act a certain way in order for you to be able to approach me is crazy, because I'm not going to always be in like a super happy space. So you need to just be able to come up to me and be like, hey, you seem off. Like, what's wrong? Like, is there something wrong? Like, you don't even do that unless it's directed towards you. Unless you know that you've done something, then you might ask. But
you made a good point, though. You said I should or I need to be able to come up to you and ask you, hey, what's wrong? Now, for me personally, I don't feel like I've been afforded the space to do that, because sometimes if I notice something is wrong with you, I also like play back in my head what I think may happen because of things that have happened in the past, right? I come up to you and I say, hey, Indy, what's wrong? You want to talk about it? We start talking, and if I'm not giving you the response you think you need at the time, then things are going to blow up, and the script will flip somewhat. Things will go from, hey, you have an issue to now we have an issue.
Because you have a hard time differentiating between being a husband and a coach. I don't need a coach.
Say that all the time. You must hear me and Myra.
No, yes, I didn't. I didn't hear you and Myra. Like, I don't need a coach from you. I can go to somebody else. I can go to a mentor. Hell, if I want a coach, I can go talk to my parents. That's not what I'm seeking in you.
Right. And it's exactly though.
You go coach your friends.
I don't coach nobody. I don't want to be a coach. I'm Phil Jack. Scotty. I don't want to be a coach. What I'm saying is, however, if you give me the space and the room to come into your world, I'll do that. I'll come in. Let me get done before you get the chuckle, laugh.
It's like you need the rose petals laid out in order to approach me, and that's not how this works.
But you see, because you're a gorilla, though. I'm saying you need to be a chimpanzee sometime.
No,
I can't approach you.
I honestly think that it's something like that just goes on with you, because this conversation makes me think back to like many, many, many years ago when we first started dating.
Okay.
And we had gotten into it.
Okay.
For a valid reason. I wasn't talking to you, and you were trying to force me to talk to you when you were the one who had messed up. And instead of just being like, okay, let me just give you space, you were like, well, I'm not going to keep trying to talk to you if you're not receptive of what I'm trying to say. And it's like, you be trying to force me to be a certain way in order for you to talk to me. And that's not the case. Sometimes I'm just not in the space that you want me to be in, because you're not always in the space that I want you to be in.
You ain't lying.
But I'll ask you. If I notice you walking around the house and you seem off, I literally ask you like, hey, what's wrong? And at that point,
nothing.
Exactly. But That's your fault.
Yeah,
That becomes your fault. But at least I'm asking.
right.
It's not like I'm afraid to approach you because you're not super positive and you're not
But I'm
giving off the
approachable.
super. No, you're not. Not all the time. You're approachable to everybody else, but not to me.
I feel like I am majority of the time,
People
but I
are
could be
completely
wrong.
different with their spouses than they are with everybody else.
Okay, come on, you preaching now, girl. You cooking.
So it's like all your friends can come talk to you, but not me.
Yeah, I get it.
So because we live together,
get
we know each other better than anybody else.
It's true. This is true. And by me knowing you, it's that much more difficult for me to be able to kind of, I don't know, corral and come in because now I've seen you get upset. Now I see you be upset, but then all of a sudden I hear you get on the phone with the homegirl. It's kind of the same deal. Y'all talk it out, swap it out, and you happy and you laughing and you joking. They can change your energy
because they not coaching me.
Okay, all right. Oh, girl, you preaching now. But I ain't trying to be no coach.
You know, if I'm talking to one of my friends, you know what they doing? Unless I'm specifically asking them, what should I do?
Right on.
They're just listening.
Okay, yeah. But all right, sometimes I do that and I sit back and I just listen. And then you get mad because I'm not saying anything. So it puts me in a bad space, right? Because I think I said this last episode, as a man, if I see my lady hurting, or last week said you were crying, right? Cool. In that instance, it wasn't because of me, it was other things. I wanted to be the automatic fixer, and I couldn't because there was nothing for me to do. So I think that when you and I were talking, and I'm trying to figure out a way to fix it, and you like, listen, there's no way, there's nothing to fix really. And this was kind of what you was telling me, and I didn't really understand it at the time, but you were telling me like, hey, there's nothing that needs to be fixed. The only thing that's wrong with me is XYZ. And I'm like, all right, I get that, but how can I help? And you were just sitting back like, you're not hearing me right now. There's nothing you can do. Let me cook. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm coming at it from a different angle. I didn't want you to just have to think and cook. I just want to be the automatic solution for you. And then at that point, see how you just roll your eyes right there? Your eyes so big, you can see them roll from a mile away.
I didn't roll
your eyes
my
roll like Bridgestone tires.
It was an aha moment. Like
Woo!
you're like a fixer. Like you always want to fix things, and you can't fix everything.
I'm Oliver Pope.
You can't fix everything.
I can try to give me
but
a
that's
hammer,
the thing. Like
some wood and some directions.
If I don't specifically say, hey, I need you to help me with this, I don't need you to help me with this. I should be able to just come to you and talk to you and you to just listen.
You know what I like about you right now? You see how well you know what you need from me as far as listening goes? You see how well this is perfect. Now, take this same energy, bottle it up, and tell me what you need or what a person would need as far as affection would go. See how I brought it back around?
Because we're not talking about affection.
I'm podding
no, this conversation stemmed from affection.
It did. So, all right, perfect.
When I was talking to you, that would have been the perfect moment for you to show affection.
You know what? You are dead the hell right. But I just didn't know how. And I don't know why I didn't know how. I saw you right there. And instead of me trying to, I guess, comfort and console you, all I could think about in my mind was, all right, bet. How I'm going to fix this? I'll be honest with y'all. I looked at her. I saw tears in her eyes. And my instant fight or flight instinct went to, all right, Barrett, wife is crying. You got to go fix it. You got to go solve the problem. There's no time to be boo-hooing and pussyfooting around. It's time to get up, get out, and get to action. So that's where I went to. Instead, I missed the mark. What she needed from me was affection.
What?
I'm just trying to tell you, I'm learning on the fly. Come on, man. I ain't perfect, but I'm perfectly trying to learn.
And I mean, I can't give you like a good example of affection myself because I don't come from a family that shows affection and compassion and intimacy. I don't. So if I'm showing it, it's because I want to because I never had it.
So what did that
look like? I'm having to learn it on the way. Like it's like I'm trying to figure out what you want.
Yeah.
What I think that you might need. But sometimes, and I feel like this used to happen in arguments all the time with us. I would ask you, so what are you needing from me? And you didn't have the words to tell me.
Yeah, no, you're right. Or sometimes you have the words, you don't know how to put them in a compassionate manner. You don't know how to say the words you're thinking without causing the argument to prolong and further. So that's why I sometimes just rather, man, don't worry about it. I don't even want to talk about it because whatever I say, I'm not ready to put it in words yet because I don't know how to. Listen, man, I'm learning. I'm therapizing. I'm getting therapized every day. You feel me? Not every day, but every other week. So yeah, I need to know what affection looks like from you. So your homework is to go out and figure out what affection looks like to you. Now, back to the household thing. Growing up, what did it look like growing up? Like, I mean, not even just in your household, with your friends, with your boyfriends back in the day. Did you know what affection was then? Did you experience affection then? And in the
No.
household too, I guess.
Honestly, I've always felt pretty uncomfortable around guys.
Really?
Yeah, and that's probably why I was you could say that I was like a late bloomer. Like I definitely wasn't having sex when most girls were having sex, especially in school. Because like I said, I literally, and I mean, obviously what we're talking about, affection and all that kind of stuff, we're not relating it to sex. But I will say that I was 18 when I lost my virginity. I did it for a couple of times, and then I told the guy that I wanted to be celibate because it didn't feel right to me. So and it's like no knock to the guy. Like it wasn't like an abusive thing or anything like that. It's just I always felt uncomfortable around guys.
Yeah.
And so I could never say what affection should look like. What I knew was what abuse looked like. I knew what verbal abuse looked like. I knew what physical abuse looked like. So I could literally say these are the relationships that I will not settle for.
Okay.
But as far as anything past that, I didn't know how to do.
Understandable. So was that on you to figure out, or did you need somebody to help guide you to figure that out?
Definitely help. Definitely help was needed because you don't know that's an issue until somebody else brings it up.
Like right now, you didn't know you needed affection until I brought it up because you don't even know what it looks like.
I knew that I needed affection. I knew that I needed something more than what you were giving me.
So you have to me, right? This is me talking about my wife right now. Sometimes your exterior comes off hard. So for me to break that hard exterior, I don't know exactly how to approach it. Is it with a hammer? Is it with a sledgehammer? Bam, bam. Is it with a wrecking ball? I don't know exactly how to approach you and give you the affection you need because of the hard layer that you have.
I do have a hard layer.
Yeah, girl, you harder than a shell. You're a turtle.
But I feel like I'm a bit softer than what I used to be.
No, you still the same person. I think you've gotten a little harder if you ask me.
No. Because I did. I had like a complete emotional wall built up.
Yes, you did.
But when you're constantly like hurt, you build up those walls to protect.
Okay.
From getting hurt again.
Okay.
And so you get used to just shutting down. It's either shut down or avoidance. Like I'm just not dealing with this at all.
Okay. I did mention to Myra this. I said I think one thing I used to do that I do not do, and this is something I know we've mentioned on a podcast before. When I used to leave the house, I used to kiss you on the forehead. Now I'm not leaving the house. Ain't no kissing going on because I'm sitting with you every day. So I'm not blaming. I hate when people blame like everything on the pandemic or COVID. I'm not blaming this on COVID. However, I am saying that I do think that plays a small part in the affection as well. Because we're around each other so much throughout the day, I don't have enough time to miss you. And then kiss you where I miss you. The lips between your hips. And make your backbone slip.
Exhausting.
You know what I mean? I want to go downtown. As long as the streets are clean.
Have you talked to her why your mind always goes to sex? Because we're literally not talking about sex. And here you go talking about the lips between my legs. I don't want to talk to you. In this moment, I don't want to talk to you no more. You just ruined it.
Damn, I was getting somewhere. I was about to crack this exterior. Come on, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Like I don't even want to continue the conversation because you play so much.
And I did tell her that too. I told her I play too much. I don't know when and like how to stop playing because I just want the relationship to be fun. You don't want to walk around a house in a stale relationship, do you?
It's one thing to be fun, but serious conversations are still necessary amongst the fun.
We could add levity to serious conversations, right?
Once we get the seriousness out the way.
So what's so serious about affection? All right.
We were talking about kissing and you automatically went to sex.
I just be playing though. But I did kiss you do you want to kiss on the forehead when we get off the microphone?
I'm not. I told you. I'm like so far past the stage in a relationship where I have to constantly ask you for things. Like it's just not happening anymore. At this point, you have the India handbook.
No,
I'm not doing
that thing
it
be
anymore.
changing. You be updating your software too much.
So let me ask you this.
Come on now,
Why
ask
should
me.
I be the same person that I was when you met 11 years ago? Why should I be that person?
I would hope not. I would hope you do change, evolve, get a little softer, get a little harder, get a little smarter, get a little wiser. I would hope you would continue to change and change your mindset, change your feelings, and change for the better. Now,
so I was gonna say, so truthfully,
yeah,
you've never been an affectionate person. Never.
Okay, I'll take that.
The difference is that when we first started dating, I was 19. And that was not something that I required in my relationships.
Okay.
Because I'm coming straight out of my home and I don't even know what that looks like.
Okay, keep cooking. Keep cooking.
So why would I require it for you? However,
all right.
Now that I'm older, because I'm grown as hell now.
Yeah, you are.
I know that that's something that I need.
Okay.
But I think that it's hard for you to grasp that because I've never required it.
You might got a good point, but now I'm trying to provide it. I just need to know how it looks and what you need me to do. You don't have to tell me, hey, at 5:00 p.m. every day, I want you to come give me a hug and rub my back and tell me I'm beautiful. At 3:35 a.m., I want you to wake up, kiss me, even though my morning breath may stink, kiss me on the cheek and let me know how much you need me. I just need you to tell me what affection looks like. But I think I'm getting there now.
Well, it's kind of like with the flowers thing.
Come on now.
I've always told you that I like flowers.
All right, now we're getting somewhere.
You never wanted to buy them because they die and for whatever other reasons. And I just
what
got
were you about to
point,
say? Whatever other what reason? Fucking, I know.
I just got to the point I was like, I'm not going to keep telling you over and over that I like flowers.
Right on.
I'm just going to buy them for myself because at this point it's ridiculous. Like the fact that you so caught up in your own ways and your own feelings of flowers that you won't buy them for your wife.
Touche. You got me. But now, I'm trying to get better at that too. I don't complain. I buy you good flowers too now. I don't even complain.
On the holidays, baby. On the holidays.
Yeah, you get them. It don't matter when you get them, how you get them, but you get them.
No, that's literally not true.
So affection is flowers.
I have a friend, her husband buys her flowers every Friday.
Okay, well, congratulations to her.
It's because he likes buying them for her because he knows that she likes them. And I feel like that is what marriage is. It's like, I'm going to do it because I know that you like it. I don't necessarily understand it, but I'm going to do it because I know that you like it and you appreciate it.
You know what they say, right? Comparison is the thief of joy.
It's not. I'm not comparing us to them.
Steal it.
I'm just giving you an example because you like, again, you so caught up in your own self that you just like, nope, I'm not buying you no damn flowers. They die. They die. And I was like, okay, well, Bear, I'm not finna mention the fact that I like them anymore.
I'm buying you some flowers. Buying you all the flowers, giving you all the hugs, giving you all the kisses. So during this week, sometime throughout the week, we're going to come back on and we're going to tell y'all what affection looks like once we figure it out, because obviously we don't know what the hell it is. But we ain't perfect. We're just trying to work at it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I got a question from somebody in the DM that I'm scared to ask, but I'm about to. So I kept looking at my phone. Let me pull it up real fast. Oh, boy. Here we go. The question says, what are the negative effects that cheating can have on your relationship long term? It's a you question because black men don't cheat. I ain't never cheated on nothing a day in my life.
The number one thing is lack of trust.
There it is.
Once like that trust is betrayed, it's so hard to come back from that.
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter what they do, how much they check in the back of your mind, you always thinking like they could possibly be, especially if they're like a good cheater.
Like that one time.
Especially because like now sometimes men are sloppy cheaters, but if they're a good cheater and or the woman, if it just flies under the radar for so long, I feel like those are the worst type of cheaters, right? So you've been in a relationship for a long ass time, and then you find out that the guy has been with the girl, like a side girl, for like a whole year, and you just finding out. That's the worst. That is the worst. Because it ain't even like, oh, I had like one slip up or I had one moment. No, you had a whole entire relationship with somebody else for months.
Okay.
And so from there, should you choose to, go back into the relationship, granted, people like to say, don't go back to the relationship if you feel like you'll never be able to trust them again. But I feel like that's easier said than done. Because it's like, I forgive you, let's try to make this work. But for you to just be like, well, you should trust me. It takes a long time to build that trust. And the person who cheated can't put a time frame on the length of time it takes to rebuild that trust. That's solely up to the person. It's like one person in the relationship will cheat. They'll decide to stay together. And then years down the line, that person can have like a flashback or something will happen that reminds you of that situation. The thing is, you never forget. Like when we went through all of our stuff back in 2010, 2011.
What stuff?
Okay. I literally can replay all of those moments back in my head.
Why would you do that, though? Like, why would you do that?
If I choose to. Okay. I can literally replay all of it. I didn't forget any of it.
All right, so listen. I heard somebody say true forgiveness is when you forgive and you forget. But if necessary, you can always remember. So you have to forget. But if you have to remember, you can. But you're talking about you just be replaying it in your mind.
That's not what I said. Oh. I literally said nervous. I can replay all, like if I choose to, I can go back to those years and think about all the shit that happened. All of it.
Okay.
From the time literally from the time it began to the time you got caught, I can remember all of it.
Got caught.
So
okay.
That's the long-term effects of it. It's the fact that you never fully forget about it.
Well, you need to. You need to let it go and move on. Now, you mentioned something, right? You said that a slip up versus cheating on somebody long term or having a whole side girl or something like that, whatever you said, is one slip up forgivable?
Versus anything is forgivable depending on the person.
Okay.
It's like, what are you willing to put up with?
It's a good
like
point.
Anything is. That's a personal choice. I could say that I could put our situation with somebody else.
Yeah.
One woman might be like, absolutely not. I would never take him back. But another woman might be like, what he did wasn't that bad. So I'm gonna take we're gonna try to make this work. It depends on the woman or the man.
Solid point.
It just, I don't think that there is a definite answer.
Now, I'll tell you this for me. If I got a woman that did everything right, everything, like I'm talking about, she's on paper, boom, 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 checks off all boxes. But for some reason, she has a slight lapse and goes out there and messes up one time. Can I forgive her and throw away everything that we built? I think I'm going to forgive her. I think I am going to forgive her. I think. I don't know. I don't know. It depends on what she did. Depends on how nasty she got with the other guy. But I think I can. Now, if you out here sucking balls, you know what I mean? I ain't forgiving you after that. Like, you got to go suck somebody
else. How would
else.
you know?
I hope you would tell me. I asked him, did she suck your balls? She never did that to me. If you go out and cheat on me, and you do something that you've never done to me to somebody else, unforgivable. If you instantly give him head and knowing I ain't had head in at least 5 months, unforgivable. That's right up your alley too. All of a sudden I hear, boy, Indy out sucking dick. I'm like, what? She sucked his dick on the first night. My God bless. It took me at least 5 months, and I'm married to get my penis licked. You know what I'm saying? So if you do something like
You're
that,
going too far
divorce.
again. You're going too far again.
But I might be able to forgive you if you just, slip up one time and give somebody a kiss on the cheek. I'll forgive you. If you being affectionate with somebody, I'll forgive you.
Because you know that you're
All
lacking in that
right,
department.
let's go ahead and get into my favorite segment of the podcast. Let's do it.
Now unqualified advice from B-Love and B-Love's relationTIP.
The keys. Now, this week, B-Love's relationTIP is brought to you by the Weather Channel. And let me tell you why I say that. I was sitting at home this weekend. I'm thinking about, man, it's a phenomenal day outside. Friday, Saturday, and even Sunday. I'm like, man, I hope you guys are out there taking out your significant others. And listen, I thought about that. And I'm like, damn, you need to go out and do something fun. You can go out and do something fun and free. Go outside and enjoy yourself. But man, what can I tell the people to do? So boom, here we are. My number one thing I like to do when the sun is out, I can take India to, is going on a hike. There's nothing like going hiking with your significant. You don't like it. I know you don't like it, but you go on a nature walk. Take your loved one out on a nature walk. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but take them out on a nature walk. Now, fellas, this is specifically for you. If you're sitting at the house with your lady and the sun is out right now, and you sitting at home looking at her, she cooking, y'all watching TV, boy, you are destined for failure. Get your ass up off the couch and take your lady out. I don't care if y'all go walking through the mall. Listen, go out there and experience some life. Don't let life pass you by, man. Go outside, have a good time. And that's really my relationship on the real deal. I thought about that. 70 degrees, sun shining outside, wind really not blowing it hard. Everybody should be out here enjoying the weather. Then I'm like, damn, what if I'm sitting on the couch? Like my girl come smack me upside my head and tell me I need to get up and take her out. I would deserve that. You feel what I'm saying?
Are you going to take the advice you're giving right now?
So did we not go out all day Saturday?
That wasn't a date.
Not on no date, but we were outside.
It was me, you, and Blake. That's not a date.
It's a family date.
That is literally not the advice you're giving.
I'm giving all the advice. Family members, friends, babies, whatever.
You should get tired of giving advice that you don't be taking. Like, I just don't even understand. That advice was not intended for family.
No, it wasn't. But it could be, though. If you got a family and no babysitter, you just got to do what you got to do.
We have options for babysitters.
No, COVID-19.
You are literally making excuses. We have somebody come over and watch Blake every day. Every week.
That's my tip. She's stepping on it right now, but I'm going to let her go ahead and get done. My tip, when the sun is out, take your girl out. Right now, 70 degrees all this week. Go out there, man. Y'all can go axe throwing. Y'all can go outside and, I don't know, cut down a tree. You can go outside for a nature walk. You can go outside with your family. Y'all ride bikes. Hell, both of you guys can ride bikes somewhere. Go to a park, rent the little bikes, ride around, then go get a little scooter, go outside, plan a little picnic, take it to the park, push you on the swing, do some nostalgic things.
Literally, if you want to go on a date and you have a kid, just tell the other partner to find a sitter for whatever night you're planning to take them out on.
Thank you for stepping on my tip. Anyway, that's what you should do. I didn't tell y'all what happened to Blake. I'll tell y'all Blake's story after this message. India, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go ahead and get into it after you stepped all over my relationTIP. Here we go.
Let her upgrade you. What would India do?
WWID. What would India do? Kick it.
Story time, y'all.
Jesus Christ. I saw how long it is. Let me sit back.
I found out that my dad had a lot of photos of my best friend on his laptop. My mom kicked him out of the house, and now my siblings hate me.
Oh, wait.
This friend and I have been friends since we were 16 and 17 years old. She was always like another member of the family. My parents used to treat her like another child, and we would never have expected something like that. They've been married for 25 years, and I used to think that their marriage was perfect. They never fought. It seemed that they loved each other madly, but it wasn't like that because a few weeks ago, I found a pen drive where my dad has about 400 photos of my best friend. At first, I wasn't surprised because some of the photos are from 2 or 3 years ago. And 2 years ago, he portrayed her for an exhibition. He's a portraitist.
Okay.
But later, I saw more recent photos that were taken with her consent and without her consent. And if that wasn't enough, he has more photos than he took from his sketchbook.
Nah, that's a little crazy.
He has a sketchbook full of portraits of her, and in some of them, he portrayed her without clothes. And I'm so sad because in 25 years, he only portrayed my mom about 3 times. But suddenly, he has a sketchbook with at least 40 portraits of my best friend. I confronted him immediately, and he didn't even try to deny it. He said,
You found it now.
That he was sorry, but that he couldn't help it, that he's in love with my best friend. I asked him if he was cheating on my mom with her, and he said no, that my friend doesn't know anything about it and that I shouldn't say anything, but I did.
She a snitch, too.
What are you saying? Like,
read it out her dad. Keep going, though.
I'm so confused.
Go ahead. Snitch.
You sound disgusting.
Go ahead.
I'm so mad. Wait.
You know you can't read that good.
No, I can't read that well. People can't write that well. That is what it is.
All right, we get it.
Yeah, I was so mad that I showed everything to my mom, and now she wants to get divorced. She kicked him out of the house, and she's so sad. She cries all the time, and my siblings blame me because they think I caused them to separate.
As they should.
I also talked about, you sound terrible. Just stop commenting on this story because she didn't do anything wrong. I'm so confused. I also talked to my friend, and she denied that anything happened between them. She told me that she always treated him like the father she never had, but never thought of him as a man to flirt with. And I believe her because she's not that kind of girl, and because she has a boyfriend, and I know that she's very much in love with him, and they're planning to get married. And that made me feel good because I didn't want to lose her too. But guilt is killing me. My siblings miss our dad and don't want to talk to me because they're mad at me. Even my little brother told me that he hates me because it's my fault. Mom kicked our dad out of the house. Maybe I should have waited for him to tell my mom or something else. I was really impulsive and ruined our family. I know I should have reacted differently. What can I do now to make them feel better? I don't think she did anything wrong.
I knew your high and mighty self was going to say that. Go ahead.
You sound disgusting. Like, literally, no, they've been friends since 16 and 17 years old, which means he's been in love with a child. He has been portraying naked pictures of a child, which means he has very creep tendencies. He has very he has the potential to molest somebody if he wanted to.
That's nasty.
Because it's all fucking disgusting.
All right, okay.
So I do not blame her mom.
No, I would just have
to deal with my siblings being mad at me and explain to them when they get older that this is what dad did.
Right on. But should she have given her dad the opportunity to tell her mom herself?
Okay.
It's the only thing I'm trying to say. It's the only thing. Should she have given him the opportunity to go tell her mom, and she went back and told her best friend what was going on? That was 100% right. But she still should have given her dad the space to say, hey, wife, I messed up. Let me tell you what I've been doing. I'm telling you this because I don't want us to go any further. Now, I don't know if he wanted to go any further or not. It's on him. But he should have stepped up, and his daughter should have given her
Parents have the potential to be very shitty people. So unless he had me present in the space while he told my mama, I'm telling her.
You snitching.
Because
Let it
because
fly.
I know that you are probably not gonna tell her the full fucking story. So
Okay.
I'm gonna be present in the room while you're telling her, or I'm gonna tell her. Period. My mama does not deserve to be with a man that's portraying naked ass kids.
Are you cooking? I ain't saying. Listen, all I said was the daughter should at least give the dad the opportunity to tell his wife himself. It's the only thing I'm saying. It's not everything else I agree with. Nasty, disgusting, filthy. But give me the chance to tell my wife before you do it.
I don't care. It really don't matter who it's
It's
coming from.
WWID.
It really doesn't matter who it's coming from.
Okay.
It's nasty if it comes from the husband or if it comes from the
It's
child.
disgusting.
So, like I said, I don't think she did anything wrong.
I don't think she did either. I just said what I said. I don't think she did nothing wrong. I just
No, you called her a snitch. That
I didn't
wasn't
call her
right.
a snitch.
You called her a snitch, and that wasn't right.
India, I'm sorry for calling her a snitch. Okay.
Literally, none of your commentary during the reading was right because
Except
it was
the fact
disgusting.
you couldn't read. It wasn't disgusting.
And I read far better than you
You
do.
crazy again.
Here you
Pull up
go.
something
Read
right
it
now.
over. Read it
No,
over.
we ain't finna
man.
do that.
Read
Listen,
it over. Because
you
you're a
good?
poor reader and you're a poor speller since you want to call me back.
I can't spell. We don't do everything perfect. When the last time you had to do a spelling bee at the age you are right now?
All right. You finna come down off me because I'm a very well reader.
Whoa, you what? You are a what?
I read well
Okay.
and I write well and I
Okay,
spell
listen,
well.
It don't sound like it. It don't sound like it.
It's
India,
the people that be writing that can't write.
tell the people where they can find
It's
you.
literally like you reading somebody's
Oh my goodness. Go ahead. Tell the people where
somebody's thoughts. Just think of me having to read the way that you talk. A lot of people write how they talk when they write stuff like this.
If you had to read the way that I talk, boy, there'd be some smooth ass reading. Go ahead and tell the people where they can find you at, my dear.
India.Marie on Instagram. Shop Indie. Why do I keep saying it? I'm getting like you with the freaking Tuesday. Wednesday
See,
thing.
why you always gotta compare your mistakes to
little
me?
birdie.
Like, don't do your own thing. Leave me
Pink
over
little
here.
birdie.
I'm on the island. You can find me at BLove1911 on all social platforms. Be sure to follow She and I Podcast on Instagram and Facebook and leave us a message. We love to hear from you. If you want to email us too. She and I Podcast at gmail.com. Man, thank you guys each and every week for listening. Thank you guys for sharing and supporting. We love y'all, man. And go make sure you go out there and get you a Hulu gift card. It's on our Instagram page right now. All you got to do is tell a friend to tune in. And tell me what episode that we talked about the bird flying in the house, because I really did forget. And I've been trying to find it. Forgot to tell y'all about Blake. Blake bust his chin, right? We were at the park. I took Blake to the park. Once again, outside it's nice. Took him to the park. It was a kid. Started chasing him. Now, Blake, he likes to play with kids. He's kind of like me when it comes to being around people. Not like this one. Because somebody would have started playing with India. She was like, not having it. Don't play with me. But Blake saw the kid. The kid was like, oh my God, what's his name? I said, his name is Blake. Kid, what's your name? The kid was like, oh my God, my name is Noah. Something like that. But you know, Noah is a typical white boy name. So that's cool. Noah and Blake. Blake's kind of a white boy name too. But anyway,
that's his Blake name.
Boom. They're running. Blake's playing with the kid. The kid's chasing Blake. Blake's sliding down the slide. They're running through the tunnel. Blake slid down the slide again. Bam. Here we are. I'm standing back because I don't want to be all up on Blake, messing up his swag, anything like that. I'm going to let my guy cook, let him play. I'm not going to be the hover over dad. It's not my style. All of a sudden, I hear, yeah. I'm like, yep, I know that cry. That's my kid. Look over there, and I see him holding his chin. And shout out to Noah, man. Noah was a good damn kid. Noah was patting Blake's back the whole time, rubbing Blake's back. I looked at Blake. Blake looked at me, just grabbed me, wrapped his arms around me. Now, when I got in the car, I realized that where did India put the first aid kit? So boom, pull out the glove box. Nothing's there. Open the middle console. Nothing's there. I'm panicking because he's bleeding. I'm like, oh shit, what am I going to do? I see a napkin on the floor from like Wendy's or Chick-fil-A or something. Boom, 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 boom. Fold it up, put it on Blake's chin. I said, Blake, open your mouth and hold the napkin on your neck and your chin until we get home. Blake, okay. Man, when I tell you I got home, the boy chin was split open about that big. I'm like, goodness
It was
gracious.
not split open that wide.
It felt like
if you
it
say
was.
that, then we need to take him to
I was
stitches.
nervous that we were gonna need stitches, and then when I came in the house, I was also nervous about what the gorilla was gonna say. Everything was smooth. Everything was smooth, and nobody had, a terrible attitude. So
The gorilla.
like, yeah, when you turn into gorilla mode when something's wrong with Blake, start acting all crazy.
You need to wrap this episode up.
Anyway,
I'm just like,
that's
done.
what happened to Blake. Bust his chin. He's all right now. I'll send y'all a picture of let y'all see it. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. It's been real. It's been fun. I out.